was a dumbass, voted for Trump. It was the worst decision I ever made.
I've seen the light, and I got out of MAGA. A lot of us there have seen the light. We have deep regrets.
I feel guilty because I voted for Trump twice. I feel very guilty because I feel responsible. That's why he's still running.
I was with Trump for 9 straight years. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in Trump right now. I'm no longer rocking with Trump.
I used to be a MAGA Republican, and now I've turned blue.
And it makes me emotional to know that I ever fucking stood by idly and blind and let that shit happen.
Because I know that I have been a Trump supporter, and I can no longer say that I am MAGA. And
I regret my vote for Trump.
I voted for Trump. I'm done. I don't have any more resilience in me.
Welcome, great fam. You're tuning into the Sparkles Show, where we don't just spill tea, we pour the whole pot, let it simmer, and watch the steam rise. To my new subscribers, hey there. And to my longtime supporters, y'all already know the vibes. Thank you for rocking with me. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and let's get this conversation started. Because today, we're diving into a real-life political soap opera. Breaking news. MAGA voters are leaving in droves, and regret is hitting harder than a post-election hangover. The same folks who were chanting, "Make America Great Again," are now looking around like, wait, where's the greatness? And listen, before y'all get it twisted, we don't do sides over here. This ain't about left versus right, blue versus red. This is about the reality check hitting like a freight train. So buckle up, because today's episode is one for the books.
I voted for him for lower grocery prices. He promised me cheaper prices on groceries. And that has not happened. Not only has that not happened, I am getting my food stamps taken. I am getting my cash assistance taken. I am getting my Section 8 taken. I am getting all my welfare governments taken. I did not ask for this. I would not have voted for him if I knew this was going to happen.
Do you know what drives me insane about these people that say that if I would have known, I wouldn't have voted for him, or I did not vote for that? Yes, you did. The first thing that bothers me is, yes, you did. You see, you voted for those things. You just thought it would happen to someone else. You were perfectly fine with other people losing programs, losing things that would benefit them. You just didn't think it would touch you. You thought you were safe from losing these programs. And the other part is they say they didn't know. Bullcrap. Bullcrap. The left, independents, lots of different economic experts, doctors, scientists have been screaming about all the horrible things that Donald Trump would do. We told you about Project 2025. We told you how many times his name was listed in Project 2025. And we told you how many of his own staffers were in there as well or helped write it. But you guys didn't believe us. You guys said fake news. We tried to warn you. You didn't either want to listen, or your bigotry and your racism, your homophobia and your sexism didn't allow you to see what was coming. So the bed that you made, you now have to lie on. The sad thing is that so many of us are in the same bed with you, but we didn't vote that way. We knew that these things were going to happen. We knew that this was going to cause havoc for everybody. And look, I'm sorry for you. I feel horrible that you're going to lose all these benefits, but you did vote for this. So if you want something to change, I suggest you call your congressperson and tell them to put a leash on Donald Trump and stop him in Congress. I suggest, instead of just coming on this app and whining and complaining about what you yourself created, you call your representative and do something about it. Otherwise, we here on the left and independent, we don't care. We warned you. All my love.
All right, let's set the stage. Imagine voting for someone, believing they had your back, only to wake up one day and realize, oh snap, They were actually playing chess while you were playing checkers. And now? Regret is spreading like wildfire. The same MAGA faithful who thought they were owning the libs are now looking at their job prospects shrinking, healthcare costs skyrocketing, and wages stuck in the Stone Age. And oh, don't forget about those tax cuts that only seem to benefit, well, not them. Y'all remember when folks said, "We need a businessman in office"? Well, plot twist. Turns out running a country is not the same as running a business. Because guess what? In business, the workers are disposable. And, MAGA voters? Y'all just found out who the real disposables are. And don't even get me started on some of these anti-immigration policies. Some people were cheering when laws were passed cracking down on undocumented workers. But now, when labor shortages are wrecking industries like farming, trucking, and even construction, suddenly folks are like, wait a minute, where's all the workers at? Oh, and let's talk about healthcare. You ever seen someone scream, "Repeal Obamacare," and then get mad when they lose their own coverage? Woo, the irony. The FAFO season is in full effect, my friends. Let's dive into the rest of the video, and we will be back for more commentary.
True story. The only part of the great American collapse that's tickling me jubbly wubblies is the front row seat to the find out. Every single time I search hashtag leaving MAGA, or I'm watching an interview from a former Toronto dump supporter, the first thing that comes out of their diabetic yap trap that they love to misquote the Bible from is, "I didn't vote for this. If I'd have known, I wouldn't have voted for this." But you did know. And you did vote for this. We told you this is what you were voting for. They told you this is what you were voting for. They went as far as to publish an 800+ page manifesto giving you details about what you were voting for. You knew what you were voting for, but what you didn't know was that it could happen to you, right? You voted for this to happen to us. You were trolling the libtards, right? If it was women and minorities losing their jobs, their unions, their affordable medicine, their farms, their federal jobs, you would be, "Trump is making America great again." You would be all for it, wouldn't you now? But now that it's happening to you, it's not what you voted for. You know, the crazy thing about the Bible you guys use inappropriately to justify your heinous and treacherous behavior is it talks of a God that be smiting the fuck out of motherfuckers. And that is what is happening to you. You are being smited because he told you, and you knew, do unto others as you would have done unto you. I just love that it's being done unto you first. Okay, bye.
Hey, I heard we're leaving MAGA. Let's go. Come on. So leaving MAGA is trending right now. That's cool, but why were you ever in MAGA in the first place? And then there's this idea that bad shit had to happen to you in order for you to care about us. That's not really the business. At the end of the day, though, I'm happy you're leaving MAGA, because we all come to our realizations when we come to them. I ain't mad at it. But now that you're here, there's some requirements. Now that you know better, you gotta do better. Damn, Ryan, what's doing better look like? Stay tuned the rest of this week to find out what that might look like. Remember, sharing is caring. Like, follow, subscribe.
Yeah, I want to jump on the bandwagon of saying that I regret my vote for Trump. My whole family does. My husband and I own a farm in Ohio that was funded through the Inflation Reduction Act, which Biden signed into law. And now the executive orders from Trump are rolling back all of that funding for us. So now we can no longer afford our farm. And when all that happened, it was like a lightning bolt hit my brain, and I realized that I shouldn't just be voting for myself, that Trump's policies and EOs are hurting millions of people, but it took it affecting me personally to understand what I had done was wrong. And I think it's really important for anyone to come out who voted for him and is now negatively impacted by the executive orders, or maybe you have friends or family, especially in minority communities, who are being very heavily impacted by what's going on right now. So yeah, I think it's time for us to stop being so selfish maybe and to vote for what's best for the country instead of just in our tiny little bubble, because we're all in the same boat now and we're all equally screwed by our new president.
Hi, I'm Courtney and I left MAGA. I was a huge Trump supporter back in 2015 and 16, and then C-19 hit in 2019. And that's when I realized that the number one job of the president, to protect the citizens of the United States, he failed at miserably. Then came the election lies, the drama, J6, and it hit me. This guy does not care about us. All he cares about is himself. And listen, it is not easy changing your beliefs, veering off course, especially when that means telling your friends, your family, people that you've known your entire life that your views have changed, that you disagree with them, that your fundamental views are completely different, that you're unlearning things, that you're questioning them. You start to learn that it's not actually about Trump or MAGA, it's an entire belief system. And that's why organizations like Leaving MAGA are so important. It's a community to fall into. It's a safe space to land. Oftentimes when you don't have anywhere else.
Welcome back, fam. Now, listen, people switching political views is nothing new. Folks evolve, they learn, they adjust. But what's wild is that the very people who used to mock others for whining about policies are now the loudest ones crying. The same voters who told struggling families to pull themselves up by their bootstraps are now looking around like, where are my boots? Oh, they took 'em. The same system you cheered for took your boots, sold them for profit, and left you barefoot in the rain. And let's not forget the people who used to say, if you don't like it, leave. Guess what? Now they're the ones talking about moving to Canada. Oh, the irony. Canada looking at y'all like, no, thank you. We're good over here. Now, I don't want to be messy. Okay, maybe just a little bit. But some of these regretful MAGA folks are literally writing op-eds and recording videos crying about how they were misled. One guy straight up admitted, I voted for Trump because I thought he was pro-worker. Now, I'm struggling to pay rent, and I lost my pension. Oof, that's a hard pill to swallow. Now, as if things couldn't get any wilder, because let's be real, this country loves a good plot twist. Some politicians are out here floating the idea of child labor. You heard me, child labor. Instead of fixing the job market or investing in fair wages, the solution being whispered in some circles is, hey, why not just let teenagers do those jobs? Y'all, they are really out here trying to revive the Industrial Revolution sweatshop era. Now tell me how you go from, we need to protect children, to put 'em to work in factories. The math ain't mathing. Meanwhile, corporations out here like, oh, y'all don't want to do the jobs. Cool, we'll just automate everything. And bam, more layoffs, more regret, more FAFO moments. At this rate, MAGA folks gonna have to start a support group. Hi, my name is Bob, and I didn't think it would turn out like this. All right, y'all, let's bring this home. The moral of the story? FAFO is undefeated, policies have consequences, and the chickens have officially come home to roost. And listen, regret is a powerful thing. It can be a teacher or a burden. Some of these ex-MAGA voters are learning the hard way that not everything is as simple as us versus them. Real-life issues don't fit neatly into political slogans or red hats. But hey, I'm just here to sip my tea and talk about the mess. Before we wrap up, let me hear from y'all in the comments. Do you think these regretful voters deserve sympathy? Or is this a classic case of, you made your bed, now lie in it? Let me know. Big love to everyone watching. Whether you're new here or you've been rocking with me since day one, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and drop your hottest take in the comments. Shout out to the originators, the Stitches, and everyone who keeps these conversations alive. Y'all make this show what it is. Until next time, stay woke, stay satirical, and as always, don't FAFO.